Okay, thank you, Dr. Narendra sir. Good afternoon to all members of CSI and participants. Today is a great day because we are organizing webinar 2003 series 2, and this is joined by the IT Minister Patna campus and Lava chapter on startup and innovation. Topic is learn ChatGPT boost efficiency. Our is engineer Harshit Srivastava.
हर्षित जी को माइक कर दीजिए, उनकी आवाज साफ आ रही थी। हर्षित को बोलिएगा वो करे प्रेजेंट, उनकी आवाज साफ आ रही थी।
Thank you very much, Naren sir and Ratnesh sir.
You are audible. You are audible.
Yeah, okay, thanks for the confirmation.
Okay,
So I
okay.
hope my screen is clearly visible and I'm clearly audible to you all.
Yes.
So good evening, everyone, for joining this session today. So this will be a 1 hour session, very short, just to have an overview of what is ChatGPT and how we can leverage ChatGPT to boost our efficiency in our day-to-day work. So the target audience could be students, professors, professionals from different sectors of the industry, managers, and just everybody. It would be useful for everybody. So here we would just explore how we can write prompts, uh, how we can streamline our workflow, and sometimes how we can automate some of the redundant tasks and much more. So let's begin. So a very short, brief introduction about myself. I'm a content creator and an entrepreneur and a polymath. I've been working for more than 6 years as an online instructor. I've taught more than 250,000 or 250,000 students and professionals globally across different platforms such as Udemy, Skillshare, Lynda, Tutorials Point, CyberU, and a lot of others. I have authored more than 114 courses on different spectrum of domains, and I have conducted several corporate trainings. Few of them are also collaborated with Fortune 500 companies, partnered with Simpliv in California, and so on. I've also served as a software developer at TCS, where I was responsible for LTE baseband project for Ericsson. I got a passion to teach on the personal side, and I love to travel a lot. I'm a foodie. I enjoy food from all over the world with different cultures and cuisines. I'm skilled in Adobe CC with various tools such as Photoshop, Illustrator, because it's been my hobby. And also, as a content creator, I need to edit a lot of videos, create some graphics. So that's why I skill these things. I'm always a fond of new technology. So whatever is hot topic, I love to explore the new trends, emerging trends, and that's why I got some leverage over new and emerging technology. Have an opinion. Okay. So I'm audible clearly. Okay, so let's continue.
Yes, audible.
Yes, you are audible. Please.
Okay. Thanks for the confirmation. Being a techie as a background, I know data science. I've been certified on AWS Cloud, and with a techie as a background, I know a lot of programming languages. Although these days I'm not using them in day-to-day basis, but I'm sound about it. So here I've shared four different links. The third link is to chat.openai.com, where we will be using ChatGPT to run our application. This session would be completely pragmatic, the practical based, so it would be easy to apply. And then the first link is for my LinkedIn. I would share in the chat panel in the meanwhile, in some time, so that you can connect me after the session on LinkedIn. And then second link is for all the courses on Udemy that I have. If you want to explore it further, you can. And the last one, if you want to reach me out and connect me, you can connect me on this email ID. I will share it in the chat panel in some time. As you can see here in this map, world map, this is from my Udemy instructor dashboard. So I have trained people from across the globe, from 191 countries, from different places. Although the maximum number of learners are from India, around 29%. I have also trained people with different background, ethnicity, and so on. So let's continue further. So the agenda for today's session would be divided into different topics. We would complete it briefly. So first, what is ChatGPT? How we can use it? Then simple how we can make notes for exam preparation, especially focused for the students and people preparing for different competitive exams as well as professional exams, such as AWS certification, RHEL certified, Linux professional, and so on. For job interview, and if you are creating a startup, you need to prepare for a pitch. So you can also prepare for a startup pitch and what could be the possible questions, and how could you promptly respond in a manner that could let you raise the fund. Then we can create PowerPoint presentation just by writing simple prompts. We will learn different phases of creating PowerPoint, the simple step, and if you are in a hurry, you can create complete PowerPoint without doing anything else. You will learn to create diagrams as well as a lot of data visualization tasks you can also do. You will learn to automate your complete workflow in MS Excel using VBA script. If you don't have a background in programming, or if you have some little bit knowledge about programming, you can still generate codes with the help of ChatGPT, and just you need to know how it is executed. And even if you don't know how to execute it, you can also ask ChatGPT. So you can consider ChatGPT as your assistant or your peer, your friend, your colleague who is going to help you in all the things. Just you can communicate with text. Although you can also communicate with voice, but sometimes voice could be lagging. It would be not exactly. I will also tell this thing. So there are two different versions of ChatGPT as of now, ChatGPT 3.5 and GPT-4. So we would be briefly comparing them, what is the difference, and in which case you would require any one of them. And then we will learn about different kinds of plugins, some of the useful plugins in GPT-4, and how we can conduct advanced data analytics. Then we will briefly explore about how we can generate project status reports, different kinds of documents, different project relevant matrices such as RACI matrix, and so on. Moreover, we would also learn how we can generate summary from a video, or we can find sentiment analysis, generate FAQs, and so on. So just like today we are having a session, if we can record it and we can generate a transcript for that, just like, for example, if you record a video, upload it on YouTube, and you can get subtitles and transcript generated, then it would be automatically generated. And based on that transcript, we could find insights, we can generate report, and all the thing would be done with ChatGPT. We would be learning this thing. And if you want to translate it, you can also do language translation. Currently, I'm speaking English, and if I want to translate my thing in the German, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, something like that, I can do it without knowing the language itself. Then we will work with a lot of different transcripts, because transcripts are the core of communications. So we can take meeting notes, a lot of things. We can generate emails for different types of conversations, both professionally, formal and informal communications, for follow-up messages and so on. We can also create a social media post with emojis as well. It could be used for marketing purposes. It could be used for campaigns, different campaigns. It could be used for copywriting, advertisement, and so on. And we will briefly learn about prompt engineering and RGB model used in prompt engineering, how you can write good prompt, and what should be different types of best practices when you are writing a prompt. Moreover, we will learn about different project management use cases here if we got time. So one thing that comes to our mind, like why we should use ChatGPT. So there could be different factors. Let us break it down in a few things. First of all, it is most popular AI tool since its inception in 2022, last year. It's tremendously popular around the globe, and it has just created fire from all over the world, and everybody is just thinking what it is, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is not itself going to replace everything, but ChatGPT has popularized the artificial intelligence to a wide range of audience who were previously not familiar with AI or was uncomfortable with AI. So ChatGPT has reached it to everyone, and then we could integrate other AI tools on top of it to get our task done. So people are saying there are different reports, and their experts are saying that AI is going to replace, if not all, most of the tasks done by humans very soon. So that's why it is also on fire. ChatGPT helps you increase your productivity, allowing you to be more creative. So if you could save your time on from doing redundant tasks to just automating a lot of things, you could save your time and focus on the real thinking work, like ideation. You could focus on being creative. You could work on more tasks as well as that. It helps you organize tasks in a manageable format. Um, you can automate tasks, you can streamline workflow with plugins and so on. And also for students and everybody who's trying to learn something new, uh, just like in the internet era, in early 2000s and late 90s, people could leverage a search engine to learn a lot of things. I also learn a lot of things from search engines. The simple Google search, Wikipedia, and a lot of things. There are different platforms. ChatGPT will take it to the next level because it will have a personalized learning experience for you. So, and as ChatGPT could remember your previous prompts and its previous responses, so it will be in a comfortable position to guide you that you can ask you in a specific question. So here is an important metric that we need to consider before moving further. So AI has an exponential growth uh, in recent days. So here you can see from neural network models to NLPs to multitask learnings to sequence model, memory-based networks, transformers, and a lot of things. Different innovations were there, but this time it has reached its inflection point by the rise of large language models such as ChatGPT, OpenAI ChatGPT, Google's Bard, Facebook's Llama, and different other LLMs or generative AI that are capable enough for human-like conversations and doing a lot of things. And then it will turn ahead. So, what is the definition of inflection point? Let us simply understand. As per the Andy Grove, uh, so here, let's for example, if you're running a business, take an example of Nokia mobile phone. So you are already familiar with the Nokia company. So they were the number one uh, bestseller mobile phone company for all around the world before the launch of Android and iPhones. So before the rise of smartphones, so Nokia hold its dominance around the world in mobile market, and they refuse to adapt with the new emerging demand of smartphones with a touch screen. Although they launched a few touch screen mobile phones and smartphones, as they would say, but they were not that much mainstream. And these days, there are only few mobile phones I could say are of Nokia. So market has been completely flipped. So that was an inflection point. So we can consider when Steve Jobs launched its iPhone, uh, it was an inflection point. It was a earlier warning to all the companies who are doing business in creating mobile phones. Either adapt with this new technology and grow, have a tremendous rise, otherwise go out of business. So it is same thing for everyone. So a lot of college students who are completing their graduations, they are still facing inflection point. I have been interacted with a lot of students from around the world, and a lot of final year students from IT sector and different sectors. They feel like uh, whether there would be any job for developers, programmers in the future or not. So I would say there would be still job for developers, programmers, everybody, but the number of job would be less compared to today, and also the job role would be completely different from now. So what are the things that we need to learn at this point of inflection? So currently in 2023-24, you can say it could be a 2-year period. We are sitting at this inflection point where AI is going to take over everything. So if you don't learn AI right now, the future is little bit cloudy for you. If you have this advantage, you can navigate your career ahead. So there's an industry-wide impact, either replace or reduce. So all the companies globally, from Fortune 500 companies, uh, they have conducted this. They are taking this approach, either to replace all the tasks done by humans with AI, or reduce the number of employees. So, as you all know, the human resource is the most costly thing for a company. So, company want to cut the budget, and the high rising inflation in the West, especially with the high rise inflation with the Fed in US since past 2 3 years. So they have faced challenges. So, for example, IBM CEO recently said that there had been no single recruitment for IBM in USA for past 1 year. So it is quite fearful for all the people who are in fourth year for now. And so this kind of scenarios could happen and things would change. So all the content creators and copywriters could be replaced with ChatGPT plus. Developers could be replaced with GitHub Copilot. Uh, Graphic designers could be replaced with Midjourney and DALI. Photo editors with Adobe Firefly. Project managers with Zapier. Zapier allows you to do automation. That would be a different topic. If you want to dive in further, we can schedule different sessions on each different categories.
क्या सुनता है
Okay.
AI से क्या क्या होगा
And audio with voice.ai. Okay. So there are a lot of things. So there's not just a replacement of humans, it is also reduction of humans. So for example, a software project, say for a Vodafone project, would require say 50 Linux programmers who are professional in shell scripting. So if 50 programmers were required in 2022, in 2025 there would be only 5 job roles. 45 would be automated, 5 engineers would be still required, but they will manage all the tasks with the help of AI. So AI, you can say a normal human has one head, one brain. With AI, you can become Ravan. You can have 10 heads. 9 heads would be ChatGPT. So it will increase your efficiency, boost your power. So it is important to learn. So I would say to all the students and all the professionals that don't be afraid of ChatGPT and AI. It is your friend. Just learn it before everybody else learns. So there's always a new demand when something is changed. So in the industrial revolution, there was a change from agriculture, labor-intensive agriculture, to machines. So there was a new job for the machines. Okay, so we had mechanical engineers. When cities built, we have civil engineers and so on. So just like with ChatGPT, as everything is done with the prompt, so there's a new role for prompt engineers. So I would recommend students to explore this domain as well. We can also conduct a detailed workshop on prompt engineering, a 1 day or 2 day workshop if you would be interested. And then the world is moving to gig economy. So gig economy is a different parameter that is also industry-wide impact. I'm leveraging gig economy to my fullest because gig economy, just because we need to do a lot of things. Just let me tell it very briefly. Well, as compared to traditional job where you can do only one job due to agreement terms with the company, you could not join with the competitors. There are non-binding clause, the injunction relief. There's different legal terms that restrict you to do 2 jobs, and also you have only 24 hours a day, so you could not dedicate your full time to multiple full-time jobs. Although with the gig economy, what could be possible is like you could do say 2 hour work for 5 different companies in a day. So in a day you can work 10 hours, but for 5 different companies. And there you can leverage. So if company A pays you higher than company B, you can drop company B and just scale up your work with company A. So this is both efficient for learned professionals who are expert in their domains, subject matter experts, and this is also useful for the companies because instead of hiring a full-time employee, they have to also park a lot of benefits like insurance benefits, provident funds, and a lot of things based on the government regulations. They need to pay their employees. But if you are in the contract, you are as a freelancer, the company's liabilities are very minimal. So companies are saving a lot of money with the gig economy, as well as professional subject matter expert like us are also gaining a lot of from this thing. So this is how the industry-wise trend is going to impact the world. Let's move to ChatGPT. So I think we have taken a lot of time. So let's get it quickly. So this is the interface for ChatGPT, chat.openai.com. The default one is GPT 3.5. It is for free, and then GPT-4 is for paid. So here you can write any message, get any task done. So whatever you write here is a prompt. Okay. So like for example, let me say, uh, could you tell me 10 uh, questions and answers for job interview if I'm supposed to talk about AWS solutions architect. So you can type it here, and ChatGPT is just generating a response. So for example, just after an hour, you have an interview session or just something like that, and you can ask a simple specific question like for AWS Solutions Architect exam, just tell me 10 different potential answers. And here you can see ChatGPT seems a little bit slow, simply because we are using GPT-4. So GPT-4 and GPT-3 first explore. So here it is telling us things one by one. So what is the advantage of using it? You can also search it on Google. But if you search it on Google, there could be some authentic sites, unauthentic sites. So you could get into the confusion and there would be redundancy. And say, for example, here I ask it, you can also stop generating the answers. Tell me just one most asked questions. So it will just simplify, just tell you the most important question that is asked. So it has the data, so all the based on its training, the cost-effective and a scalable model. And here it is. So it is showing the answer. And here you can just stop it. Okay. So ChatGPT will remember your answers. Okay. You can always start with a new chat. All the previous chat would be here in the display. Let's move to the new chat. So what is the difference with GPT-3 and 4? Let's briefly explore it before moving ahead. So GPT-3 will generate a response very quickly. Okay. So for the previous chat, for example, okay, no, so that was a different chat. So for this chat, let's ask the same question to GPT-3. Okay. And just press enter. Here you can see it is very fast. Why it is fast? Simply because GPT-3 is trained on a very large data set, but GPT-4 is trained over the larger data set, okay, larger than 3.5. So GPT-3 is fast, and here there's a option for hallucination. Okay, so here this is an option for hallucination. ChatGPT-3 can sometimes make up the data on its own. So in order for the data to be completely logical and fact-based, you can use GPT-4. Okay, so and here for logical and factual. So if you're doing it for research purpose, I would recommend you to use GPT-4. And if you're drafting, and GPT-3 has a human-like language. So if you want to have some more human touch with more pleasing words, you can use GPT-3, like especially for content creation. And if you're in a confusion, you can compare among both of them. So GPT-4 as of now is for around $2,000 per month subscription. So it is a paid version. GPT-3 is for free for everyone. So if you're using ChatGPT for first time, GPT-3 would be available to you. And if you want to upgrade, then you can go to GPT-4. So whatever prompt we could be writing, it would be applicable on both GPTs, both version of GPT, but the plugins and advanced data analytics is only available in GPT-4. So the default mode we have already used, and advanced data analytics. So once we switch to advanced data analytics, you can see there's a plus icon. So here I can upload a file, and based on this file, I can generate some data. So let us try uploading a file here. For example, you could upload a variety of file, like whereas let us upload an employee data set for Excel. So here it is, and where we can write the prompt. From this data set, list all the employees categorized by the project. They are. So here you can simply write a prompt. So I have uploaded an Excel sheet that is consisting of different employee data. And based on this data sheet, I want to just get the list of all the employees who are assigned in a particular project. So here it is showing. So whenever you are using data analytics mode, it will take some time. So it will first explain you about the data set. So there are different columns: employee ID, employee name, last name, email, department, position, and project assigned. So based on the project assigned, it will tell you list the first name and last name. So it is smart enough to understand that because I want to list all the employees. So it by default understand that we are asking about the name of a person. Okay, so here it is not doing direct search with the word keyword. So it is not doing keyword search. It is capable enough to understand what we are doing. Okay, so here you can see there are different projects: Project Alpha, Project Aurora, and so on. In Project Alpha, we got one person, Avi Cohen, and say so on. You can say, and you can stop generating. Okay, so you can ask things like, tell me about a project Orion. List all the informations from dataset in tabular for all the information from dataset and display it in tabular format. So what I'd ask is ChatGPT is to take this data set. It will consist of a lot of information. We want to have a different data set to create it. That is a short form. So if you have used Excel, so there's a concept called pivot table. So pivot table would summarize a thing and focus on a few things. So it is a complex thing. But here we can assume if you want to extract some partial information from data set, we can extract. So here it has listed the thing, and here it is. You can see all the information regarding this. So here only one employee is assigned to this project. So it has displayed all the information in tabular format. If there are more complex information, you can add some other informations. And moreover, you can also upload other multiple files together. So for example, if I have different file, I can say, for example, a different employee sheet or say provident fund sheet. I can compare which person is not paid salary this month or so on. We can do such kind of things. So it will save you a lot of time rather than doing operations in the real time. So let's jump into the Excel further. So here, for example, there's a use case called, here we got different quarterly sales information for a product for an organization. So here we have three different columns, different fields: product, order date, and price. So what we want to do is for a company that has sold different products on different dates with different pricing, and they have data set for 4 different quarters. Just like 4 different quarters, we can have 12-month data, we can have different 52 weeks data. We can have daily data, 365 days, and there could be a lot of Excel sheets generated. What if we can combine all these data into a single Excel sheet by writing a VBA script? So it would be an automation task. How we can do it? So here, let me take a table. So this is a fresh table. It only consists the top column name, product, order date, and price. We can write a correct prompt. So that will take all the information for all the sheets kept in a table, kept in different tables, and combine it together. So here you need to first logically break down your problem into simple tasks. So like what we want. So all the data for quarterly data have the first row common, name of the product, order date, and price. We don't want this thing to be repeated over time. So what we can write a prompt like that. So just to save time, I have also written prompt like this. Just go back. We want to create a new thing. The default one. This is a prompt. Write a VBA script that will copy column A, B, and C. So here we got 3 columns. If you have more columns, you can add multiple column names. Okay. You can also write, if you have say 26 columns, you can say copy column A to Z. So it will understand. No need to type A, B, C, D, everything, complete alphabet, and so on. Without the first row from all Excel files, and the Excel files are kept in a certain folder, and paste it in the currently opened Excel file. So currently opened Excel file is this below the other. So let us run this script. It will generate the VBA code for you, and it will also ask you what are the things you can do. Okay, so we don't need to learn VBA script for Excel. You just need to learn how we can use it and what things are done. So it has told us that we need to press Alt plus F1 to open the VBA editor, and then we need to copy this code. Okay. So, and just in case if there's an error in the code, you can also let ChatGPT to know that this error occurred when I try to run this code, and it will also provide you troubleshooting tips. So also, if you are learning programming, you can also get trained with ChatGPT. Rather than just running your code on a compiler, you can ask ChatGPT to review your code. It will find the mistakes, and if you're more into this thing, I would recommend you to learn GitHub Copilot. That will solve you a lot of problems. That is specifically designed for developers and coders across different languages. Okay, so it is still generating. And here, for generating the code, don't ask code for GPT-3. Also, you can ask it, but there could be some error. In GPT-4, it would be more correct. So here in the code, you can see there's a source folder. So we can take the source file. We need to replace it with the path for our file. So here we got this file. We can copy this path in our code, and here it is. Okay, so let us copy this code in Excel. Hold Alt plus F11. Here this is Microsoft Visual Basic for applications, and here you need to insert a new module. You just need to know this basic things, and here just copy the code. Okay, just close it. Okay, sorry, paste it, keep it sideways. Here we got this code. We need to replace this path only. Let's take this path, get here. So here we have replaced the path. Okay, and then you need to confirm the source file name, the sheet name. Okay, it is not asking the sheet name. Let's try to run this script. Okay, so after this script has run, we can see that all the data has been combined together. Okay, you can see. So it has automated our task. Just like this one, we can generate VBA script to do anything and everything with Excel. If you want to create a pie chart, you can write a code. You can ask ChatGPT to do the same thing for you. So you can do anything and everything with Excel. And not just Excel, you can do it with Tableau, Power BI, wherever you can run some automation script. Okay, so let us save this thing. You can also do some calculation. So if you are running a business and you want to calculate tax, and there's only income tax filing date is only a few days away from now, you can ignore CA for a moment and just generate compute things a lot of faster using VBA. Okay, so let us explore a different use case that would be very useful for everyone to have a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so creating a PowerPoint is easy. You can create a new chat. Let us use GPT-3. Create a list of titles for the slide on the topic C programming for beginners. Instead of having C programming, you can have Python for beginners, or you can say Python for dot net, Python for Linux professionals, and so on. Assuming that I am a senior developer who is assigned to deliver a 4-hour training session on a new journey in a company, Galactic Software Limited. You can say just anything, and it will list you titles. So here it has suggested you 20 different titles. Let's take this one by one. And here, just create a new MS Word document. You could call it anything. And here, while you're pasting, just right click, and here just keep only text. Don't take the format. After it is done, you can go to view outline. From this outline, just select this text to level 1. Okay, so level 1 would be title of each different slide. If you want to add some body text, you can also add a body text here and convert it. Say, let me call it. Just tell me hi there. Let's keep it for now. And let's call it body text. Okay, in the same way you can write it. And let's save this file. Now just create a new PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and here let me open this one. Let's close this one. Okay, so here you just need to go to new slide and go to second option, slide from outline. Okay, so for the outline, okay, so I am in different folder. Here is the outline that we have created, and just insert and wait for a while. Your entire PowerPoint presentation is created, all the titles. Okay, and in the same way, if you want to generate the body text, you can also ask ChatGPT to generate the body text for each one of them, and you're ready to go. So if you are in a hurry, you are running out of time, and you have to give a presentation on any topic, although you know the topic, you are skilled in that topic, just you don't have the time enough to prepare the slide, you can use ChatGPT. Also, this method would work if you can save some time, but still you need to do some things. Okay, just like if you don't want to do anything, there's also another way to get a ready-made slide. There you can use a plugin. We will explore it sometimes later. Let's go to a different plugin this time. Here, yeah, this plugin is here, a smart slide. You can ask it to generate a PowerPoint presentation, but GPT-4 is slow. It will take some time. Let me use a different plugin, diagram.showme. Okay, so I've installed all these plugins. If you are wondering how to get these plugins, just go to the plugin store, and here say anything, whatever you need to know. So this is the diagram plugin we can install. So after we pay a subscription for GPT-4 for 2,000 rupees these days, you can use a lot of plugins for free. All plugins are free. These are developer limits. There are over 600 different plugins since their launch. So it's been almost 2 to 3 months ago when plugins were introduced in ChatGPT, and just next week, ChatGPT is integrating DALI, the image generating software, with GPT Plus subscription. So that will also save you a lot of time. So graphic designers who are using Midjourney could also use DALI and save their time if you are using ChatGPT. So here we have enabled diagram plugin. And could you create a diagram for startup funding? A simple diagram. You could write a different use case. So for example, if you want to have how to get series B funding, how to get a different thing, and so on. If you want to have a complex diagram like create a network traffic flow diagram for AWS VPC, you could also let it generate, but I will wait for the time since it is generating our first diagram. So for the slides and for different use cases, you can guess this thing. So it has generated a diagram for us. You can also do Google search, but how it is different because sometimes there are informations that is not available on Google search. And even if it is available, there are copyright issues. So you could not simply take anybody's photo or graphics or diagram for your use. What you can do is you can ask ChatGPT to create your own custom version for you. Here, you can view this diagram, you can edit this diagram, and so on. So let me edit this diagram. It will open up this thing, and here instead of anything we want to change, say like instead of series A, if you want to write series alpha, it would be changed to series alpha. Here also we can change it to alpha. So you can edit these diagrams. It's not like that whatever you are getting. So completely on Google search, you can get the diagram, but if you want to edit, make some changes, you need to draw it from again. Here you don't need to draw it again. And once it is done, you can go to actions and download the PNG version, special vector graphics and different versions based on your requirement. And here you can also change the color, change the different theme, take up, and so on. Okay, so it is clear how we can generate diagrams with ChatGPT, with the flow chart and so on. If we run this thing, it will take a few moments. AWS VPC is a little bit complex, so it will take some more time. Let's jump to a different use case. Because these topics would take around 4 to 5 hours to cover. In 1 hour, it is difficult to cover a lot of things. Let me give you some introduction. So here we have learned this thing, and then go to an interesting thing like transcript. So here we have this discussion for a group discussion. So for example, today we are having a session. So this is a use case I have created. Also, you can ask ChatGPT to create sample data for you. I have asked ChatGPT to create this data for me. So this is the prompt that I have written. Create a sample transcript for a group discussion held for a mobile app development. The team consists of a developer called Fred, UI designer Smith, project manager Natasha, and 2 more persons, Chang and Raju. Please assign Chang and Raju a proper designation because, for example, I could not think what could be important designation for this project. So it will also assign some tasks and make this conversation a bit longer, where each person shares their opinion and at the end they reach an agreed upon steps of actions. So let me take this group discussion transcript and go to ChatGPT. So here you can see it has also generated a diagram for AWS Virtual Private Cloud, AWS VPC. So there's Internet Gateway and so on. So if you want to explain with the diagrams, you can also generate the diagrams, add it to each slide, research paper, anything. and wherever you are using. Let's create a new chat this time. Let's use GPT-3 because we are in a hurry. Okay, sorry. Could you create a 5-line? No. Could you create a summary in 150 words for the group discussion? And here, let's paste it and enter. If you want to upload it with advanced text editor, you can also. So here it has generated a summary. Okay, so just for example, you are working with a team and you are a project manager or somebody responsible to get the insights. Let me do just one more thing. Could you generate RACI matrix in tabular format based on this group discussion? So it has generated RACI. Okay. So let me first briefly explain you. So you have had a group discussion where we have recorded the video. We could generate the transcript for that video, and we can provide this transcript to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to create RACI matrix. So RACI matrix is nothing like, it will just break things into different tasks and responsibility. So like UI design and visual appeal phase, beta testing, feedback loop, and so on, market preparation, and divided everybody on different bases. So here RACI matrix will tell the person who is responsible for each different phase. So Natasha is project manager. She is responsible for all the phases. Fred is our developer. So developer is accountable only for the development phases. So as you can see, for UI design and visual appeal, Fred is not accountable, although Smith is accountable, who is our UI designer, and so on. If you are not satisfied with RACI, you can also ask it include C and I in this matrix. So it will make it more efficient. Okay. So C and I are nothing, consulted and informed. So here you can see when UI designer, although UI designer is a Smith, he can design that what kind of user interface we want, like pink color, blue color, or something. Buttons are here and there. The developer should be consulted. Okay, so this kind of matrix we can just generate. Okay, so this thing we can do. In the same way, we can have different kind of transcripts. So like if you are an operations manager and you want to have a quality check. So for example, you got a tech support team who is responsible to answer your client's query, handle your client's query. So we can have a customer service chat, and you can generate a transcript for that and pass on to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will decide whether this customer query is solved effectively or not. So you can have an automation, somebody just to listen all the conversation for your professional conversations here with the customer service regarding, and will generate a report for your employee whether this person is working perfectly well or not, without any bias, without any racism, or without any inefficiency. So you can say, so because sometimes your clients run away simply because your customer support person is angry, is not behaving properly or handling queries properly. So that person could be flagged very easily with ChatGPT. Okay. So we can get this transcript, and for example here we can also say, could you translate this group discussion in German? So it has translated all this group discussion in a different language. So you can see the discussion was in English and it has translated it. So it has saved your time as well. Also, whatever we are doing here, we can automate these things without writing a prompt using Zapier. So Zapier is an interesting plugin. So today we could not cover Zapier because it will take at least 2 hours dedicated to it. And here, just like a diagram, where there are different plugins. For example, let us use Video Insights, and where it is. Web Pilot, video design and Web Pilot. So what we want to do is, we got this YouTube video. This is an interview of OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and what we can see, would you uh, list 10 points from this interview? 10 most important points discussed in this interview, and just paste the URL. And here you can see GPT will take some time and it will generate a summary. So for example, you are a student, you are assigned to look through a video or documentary or something like that and create a report on that. You could take the help of ChatGPT to do this thing. Okay, you can save your time. And also, if you are also still watching, you want to phrase it, you can also phrase it down. Okay, so let's move to this one. Okay, let's pause it for now. Okay, so here we got this thing. Okay, so what we could do, there was different use case. I was planning about this group discussion. Okay, so could you write an email from project manager to Fred for his status to get his work status. Write it in a formal, polite manner. You can also ask ChatGPT to have a specific tone. Okay, so you can say, so you can write an email and you are wondering how to write an email. The words could be correct, incorrect. You can just let it be done with ChatGPT. So it has written a formal email request for project status update. Okay, so just for example, if Fred is not working properly and you are angry, you can just copy the same thing, write it in a formal anger tone. You will have a different thing. Urgent request for immediate work status update. Okay, I'm writing this to express my so please don't do this kind of things until unless some employees need this kind of thing. Okay, otherwise try to be polite as much as possible, and you can generate one kind of email in different tones. Okay, so it will do your task. And for these kind of tasks where you need to have human touch in the language, like sentiment, as of now I would recommend you to use GPT-3. No need to use GPT-4, because GPT-4 would be like less human touch. It would be more data based only. Okay, so you learned how we can write an email for different things like brainstorm sessions and different use cases. We can generate different emails as well. For different project resources, just like RACI metrics, we can have risk register, we can have Kanban dashboard, port analysis, Gantt charts, and a lot of things we can generate. We can ask GPT to do these things. You can ask ChatGPT to create a QA report, quality analysis report, and a lot of things. So if you are a student, you are looking to get a freelance role for report generation, documentation, and such things, you can leverage ChatGPT and save your time and earn side income. If you are already a project manager, you are assigned to a work, you can save your time automating these things. So it is useful for both professionals as well as a beginner. Then there are different ethics. Let's not jump into ethics. Uh, then language translation we already covered. And then there is prompt engineering. Let me briefly cover. So although prompt engineering is itself a complex topic, it will still take a lot of time. Let me, as of now, we have already written a lot of prompts. So you are already familiar what is a prompt, how we can write a prompt. Just briefly explore what is an ideal kind of uh, prompt. So, for example, you are expecting a response. This is an RGB model. Uh, you can say role, goal, and benefit model. So, what is a role? Role is simple. You are okay. So here you can see you need to write a prompt, and before writing a prompt, you need to be clear in your mind what is the role of a person who is writing this prompt. So in first case, we assume that you are a sales representative for a software company. So first write it down, role in a copy, not on the chat GPT, on a separate piece of paper where you are comfortable. Then we can write down our goal. What is the goal of the prompt that we are writing? We need to sell a new project management software to a potential customer. So this is the goal. Then write benefit. So what is the benefit of using this thing? It will increase your productivity and streamline project management process. So after you have clearly defined role, goal, and benefit, based on that, write a prompt. So you need to work on the prompt because writing a good prompt should not be automated, although it can be automated. But how can a computer know what you want? Okay, that is a recommendation engine, but recommendation engine works only based on the previous data. So if you are engaging for the software for the first time, you need to have a good prompt. And prompt engineering is a separate domain itself. And these days, in the future, we can see also on the Toptel and different freelance websites, there's already a lot of at least multi thousands job posting on the role of prompt engineer. And these days, I don't think a lot number of colleges have introduced this domain, prompt engineering, into their curriculum, and so there's still a demand for that purpose. So here you can see the prompt could be: as a sales representative for a software company, your goal is to sell a new project management software. By doing so, you will help them increase the productivity and so on. If we write this thing, it will create your copyrighted piece, copywriting or advertisement. In the same way, you can do a lot of things. If you want to write a book, you want to write an article for research paper, you could do partial things. Although in research paper, you need to conduct some research, get some data. But if your research paper is based on the analysis of some already published information, you can get some things done with ChatGPT. For a primary school teacher, there's a different role, goal, and benefit. In the same way, we can paraphrase it and just get it done. Okay. Let me take one example here. Say for a different one, and let's paste it in ChatGPT. So this kind of prompt will take some time because you need to be clear. So if you're doing ChatGPT for some fun activities or just some useful things to increase your productivity, you can write a regular prompt. But if you are looking for something specific, some confidential thing, something more prominent, more accurate, you need to write your prompt in a specific manner. So there are a lot of things to discuss. Currently, we don't have the time to get into prompt engineering. Just we have explored RGB model. In the same way, we got different models and different techniques, different best practices, different regulations to write a prompt. So here there is a prompt. You can see this project information done, the epic feature release story sprint. So it has divided into different sprints for tasks, software licensing. So if you're new to something, you want to learn, you don't know how the process is done, you can ask ChatGPT to list down all the process. It will save you a lot of time, not just on the typing time, it will save time for thinking, so that you can take this thing, you can also always finish it. No need to go for the exact listed items that is published with ChatGPT. You can edit it as per your need, take your ideas into consideration. But if you can use this thing, it will save you a lot of time. In the same way, we can have different things. If you want to generate Python code, you can generate. If you want to generate Java code for a specific use case, you can generate. And for different entrepreneurship set of things, you can also get things done. So there are a lot of vacancies for content creators. So for example, if you are a student specifically, if you are a content writer for a different magazines or blogs, you can take the help of ChatGPT as well. You can use your own personal tone. For that purpose, you can also specify it here. You can just select it here, go to custom instructions, and here in the custom instruction, you can write some detail about yourself. So for example, you can tell it about your background, your work, your hobbies, your interest, what things you want, and you can ask ChatGPT how it want to respond, how you want it to respond. If you want short answers, you can customize it. If you want long answers, if you want to use English language just like Shashi Tharoor, complex languages, different jargons, you can ask ChatGPT to use Tharooris. If you want it to be simple, plain English, you can ask ChatGPT. You can also decide the tone and something like that. So you can provide custom instruction to ChatGPT, and it will be applied for all the things that you are using. And if you want to change it, you can change it, you can enable it, you can disable it. So it is up to you. And I think this is sufficient for now on ChatGPT. Right now, I can take the questions.
Thank you, Harshit.
Yes,
I'm audible. I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, Harshit, for nice presentation. And I hope 1 hour is too less for you. You need more time, as I am observing. So I would like to continue you for next session again further in future, right?
Yes.
So here we have few questions from audience. One question is asked by Pratesh Kumar. He is asking, how is AI affecting cyber security?
Yes, AI could be useful for in cybersecurity for two different use cases. For example, if you are a web developer and you have written the front end or back end scripts, you can just provide this script on ChatGPT and ask it whether are no open vulnerabilities in general domain. So, for example, there is a cross-site scripting attack, SQL injection. You can ask ChatGPT whether there are different vulnerabilities open in this script and how I can correct it. So for a web developer or a coder, you can use ChatGPT in this case. And if you are trying to hack somebody's website, you can also provide it code URL for this website and ask ChatGPT to get the vulnerabilities. Although it won't tell you the vulnerabilities very easily, you need to jailbreak it, but jailbreaking is a different domain we can use. And ChatGPT, if it doesn't respond to you, you can use different plugins that will let it respond. So it could be used in both cases, offensive as well as defensive.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Vineet Kumar. Why many countries banned ChatGPT?
There are different privacy regulations and other things. So just like, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook or Meta has seen different court cases in US and different countries just due to the privacy reasons. And because ChatGPT is a machine learning model that is trained upon the data set that we provide. So whatever prompt we are writing, ChatGPT is still learning from these prompts. So this information could be leaked out. So there's a vulnerability court case in UK and different other places.
Okay.
There are different concerns, and ChatGPT, OpenAI has said to fix it. Recently, ChatGPT has announced its enterprise version. It would be specialized for companies who are specifically concerned about privacy and security leaks.
Okay, thank you. One more question is from Divakar Pandey. He is trying to ask, can GPT is used in application development?
Yes, it can be used to help you in different application development. And just for case, you can ask some code, take it as an assistant. But if you want to build a complete mobile application from scratch, you need to use Zapier and different streamlining things on top of ChatGPT. So using a few AI tools, you could do complete task, full automation.
Okay, thank you. Two persons from the audience, two visitors, Pushpendra Yadvanshi raising his hand.
Yes.
So, Pushpendra, please can you ask your query? And next is Sastha Singh, visitor. So, one by one, please you can ask your question to Harshit sir. Pushpendra, are you listening? Sastha Singh.
Okay, just okay. You can ask a question. Just in the meantime, let me share the links as we have
Okay.
discussed. I
So,
forget to share.
okay, finally, I would like to call Professor D.K. Dwivedi sir for a vote of thanks. Dwivedi sir, please. Hello, Dwivedi sir. Hello.
Let questions be completed first.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
any
sir.
more audience, please, want to ask?
If some of the audience have any questions, please address to it.
Okay, so there are a few questions here in the chat panel. So let me take few of them. Akhtar Sheikh, I tried creating a new EC2 server with the help of ChatGPT. Okay, so for EC2 on AWS Cloud, you can either use the console or you can use the AWS CLI. If you want to get the AWS CLI code, you can ask ChatGPT to generate the code for your specific use case. If there is an error, you can also put the error code and something from your uh, panel, and you can just ask GPT to fix the code. And Andre Sobolski, can we use ChatGPT for social media automation? Yes, you can use ChatGPT for social media automation. Here, okay, so I've stopped screen sharing for now. There's a special plugin for Canva, and there are you have already seen a few YouTube short channels who create regular basis shorts for motivational quotes and something like that. They are created with ChatGPT and Canva using the Canva plugin. You can pass on the list of quotes in an Excel file or text file and ask it to create short reels of a few seconds, and it will generate it. You can download it, and if you want the process of posting it on the regular basis, you can use Zapier or other automation tool with ChatGPT.
Okay, Rakesh Dixit.
There's one question from Vineet Kumar. How is AI affecting data science? Okay, so data science is a big domain where we have data modeling, data cleaning, and data visualization. So we can use ChatGPT for each different phase. So for example, data analysis, we have already covered a few things. We can find the insights, we can generate report, and it could be used for data cleaning as well. Data cleaning, we can remove null values, we can remove anomalies, redundant things, and so on. And for data visualization, we can ask it to create visualization charts like bar charts, pivot chart, Sankey chart, and complex different charts based on the data set. So it is also useful in data science applications. And okay, thank you. Thanks for all the compliments for everyone. Okay, thank you very much. Can ChatGPT sometimes give wrong answer? Yes, we need ChatGPT can give wrong answers definitely, and but it is on rare occasions. And for example, it could depend on the question. So if you have some data backed questions, so like for example, you could ask it when was the third war of Panipat? Which day? It was Monday, Tuesday, Friday. You can try experimenting with ChatGPT. You can ask it for both versions of GPT 3 and 4. So if you ask this question of which day the Panipat War began, Battle of Panipat, so it GPT-3 may say Monday, GPT-4 may say Tuesday. So which version of GPT to trust? You can trust GPT-4 because for data, GPT-4 takes sources into citation. It compares different sources. It will take only relevant informations into account, not any random websites. Although GPT-3 can take any random data. For example, you posted on your website that Panipat's third war happened on Tuesday, 2023. So it makes no sense, but GPT can still take up that data. So there's a chance of hallucination. Hallucination is the process of made up data. It is an important thing in machine learning. So there's a more chances of hallucination in GPT-3 rather than GPT-4. So it is improving day by day. And if you have any other questions.
Thank you, Harshit. Thank you, Harshit.
Thank you very much.
Now over to Dividi sir. Sir,
Yes.
please. सर आप म्यूट हैं, द्विवेदी सर आप म्यूट हैं, प्लीज अनम्यूट करिए अपने आप को.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Harshit, for this nice presentation, content-rich presentation on emerging topic.
Thank you very much, sir.
It has been very nice to see you face to face after a long gap.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Yeah. Personally, we have seen Harshit as a kid, growing as a kid, and now it's you can imagine the pleasure we have today to hear Harshit in our CSI platform. And one introduction which I think our chairman and Ratnesh missed. Harshit is the son of our colleague Gyanuji Srivastava. So those who are from CSI background, they must know that Harshit belongs to our own family, and he has been participating in CSI events since his school days. Whenever we were having some seminars or any conferences, Harshit has been participating as a school student there and presenting papers. So it's very nice to see Harshit personally, hearing Harshit in this session. And thank you, CSI managing team for starting this webinar series once again. And I hope this will continue for complete remaining period of the tenure of the present team. And amongst the audience, we were having our past president of CSI, R.K. Vyasji. He is from Delhi chapter. So welcome R.K. Vyas sir for joining this webinar series. Our Subimal Kundu from Kolkata chapter also joined. Presently, he appears to have quit. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Divedi ji. Thank
Say a
you,
few words.
Ratnesh ji. Thank you very much. And I think we had a very good talk from Harshit, a young boy which has come up. And for us at this age, we really learned a lot of things. And I hope in future Harshit will give us more such tips on these latest topics like ChatGPT and other topics. Thank you, Divedi ji. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vyas sir. Please.
Thank you, Vyas sir.
Also join in future events. This will be a weekly event in every Sunday with new topic, new speaker will be coming. So I'll request all of you who are who have joined today's webinar, please make sure that everyone joins in future programs also. So thank you everyone for joining this, and
Thank you.
Thank you, Divedi sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hope to meet you all in next programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you all the
you.
participants
Thank you,
for
sir.
joining
Thank
and
you.
encouraging. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Harshit.
everyone,
Thank you,
for
Harshit.
participating.
Thank you,
Thanks to
Harshit,
all.
once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Harshit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harshit.
Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this session. I hope everybody enjoyed today's session. Thank you.
आपके लिए एक घंटे बहुत ही कम थे, ऐसा महसूस किया हमने।
हाँ, वो
So,
मुझे भी लगा जी।
नहीं, वो आपका प्रेजेंटेशन काफी लंबा था एंड इट रिक्वायर्स मोर टाइम। सो अगली बार हम लोग फिर जुड़ेंगे, आपको फिर याद।
अक्टूबर के लास्ट वीक में करा दीजिए।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, अक्टूबर के लास्ट में, और टाइम रखेंगे 130 मिनट्स, 1 hour 30 मिनट्स, है ना, 1.5 घंटे रख लेंगे।
Sure.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
There are some other CSI members from different chapters. I might have missed some names, so please excuse me. Thank you everyone from other chapters of CSI who have joined today's program, and I'll request everyone of you to join future programs also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank
motivating
you,
us.
Dr.
Motivating us. काफी अच्छा आज का भाई प्रेजेंटेशन था आपका, हर्षित जी।
हाँ नरेंद्र भाई,
Thank
बहुत
you very
बढ़िया।
much.
वन अगेंस्ट बधाई, फिर से आपको बार बार बधाइयां दे रहे
अरे
हैं।
रत्नेश, कुछ
मन-
बोल नहीं रहे हो तुम? रत्नेश दीक्षित,
Thank you very much.
अरे आपने
दीक्षित
कुछ
आज
नहीं
कुछ
कहा
बोला ही
रत्नेश जी।
नहीं।
आज सर बहुत लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे, हर्षित से क्वेश्चन काफी कवर कर लिया।